Have you ever reached for your phone without thinking, then found yourself scrolling for an hour, not even sure what you were looking for? Or opened the fridge just to see what's inside, even though you weren't really hungry? You're not alone. We all do it. Seek that little spark of satisfaction, that tiny thrill, that hit. It's not food, it's not the screen, it's not even the activity. It's dopamine, and it's got more control over us than we realize. Hello, I am Alloy, and welcome to Audiofybooks, where you will find excellent audio summaries of books in a very easy and interesting way. If you want to learn from new books, do subscribe to the channel. Let's get started with today's book. Imagine your brain as a sensitive thermostat, perfectly tuned to regulate your satisfaction and motivation. But every notification, every sugar rush, every binge session turns that dial way past its limit. And over time, your brain stops responding to the little things. A walk in nature feels boring. Reading a book, too slow. Meditating, impossible. You've been hijacked. And this, according to Thibaut Meurisse, is exactly what the modern world does to us. The book Dopamine Detox doesn't scream at you to quit everything and live in a cave. It gently invites you to reclaim control, to rewire your relationship with pleasure, discipline, and the quiet joy of doing less. The story really begins with a problem most of us ignore. Dopamine, a powerful neurotransmitter, is often misunderstood. It's not the chemical of pleasure. It's the chemical of anticipation. It motivates you to chase the reward, not necessarily enjoy it. So when we expose ourselves to endless stimulation, social media, video games, fast food, our brain's dopamine receptors get fried. We crave more, but feel less. We chase harder, but gain nothing. And without even noticing, we lose our ability to focus, to feel fulfilled, to be still. Thibaut paints the picture of a modern mind like a hyperactive child locked in a candy store. Everything is exciting, but nothing satisfies. So we keep tapping, scrolling, snacking, escaping, because the alternative is discomfort. And discomfort is the gateway to clarity, if we're willing to walk through it. But first, what is a dopamine detox really? It's not about eliminating dopamine entirely. That's impossible. Dopamine is essential to life. What we can do is reduce our exposure to artificially high dopamine sources, the kind that distort our baseline. The goal is simple. Reset your sensitivity. Imagine going from needing fireworks to enjoy anything to finding joy in a candle's flame. Thibaut challenges us to confront the hard truth. Most of us are addicted, not to substances, but to stimulation. We're addicted to checking, clicking, reacting. And that addiction isn't benign. It steals time. It hijacks creativity. It robs us of the present moment. So how do we escape? Slowly, intentionally, gently. A dopamine detox can last a day, a weekend, or longer. The idea is to abstain from high dopamine triggers, phones, junk food, porn, video games, mindless browsing, and instead do nothing, or at least nothing stimulating. Think journaling, walking, sitting in silence, and yes, boredom is the point, because boredom is where your real thoughts live. Your creativity, your clarity, your courage, they've been waiting under the noise. One of the most powerful concepts in the book is this: discomfort is data. When you sit in silence and feel restless, your brain is showing you where it hurts, where the need to escape arises. And if you lean into that discomfort, just for a while, it starts to dissolve. You realize you don't need constant stimulation to feel okay. You just need to breathe, to be, to remember what it feels like to be human, not a reaction machine. There's a story Thibaut tells of a man who gave up all technology for a weekend. At first, he panicked. He didn't know what to do with himself. No music, no texts, no emails, just him and the silence. But slowly, something shifted. He noticed birdsong. He noticed his own thoughts forming more clearly. He started writing ideas that had been buried under distractions for months. By Sunday, he didn't want the noise back. He'd found a part of himself that modern life had muted. That's the promise of dopamine detox. Not a life of emptiness, but a life of presence. Let's talk about urges. We often think we must act on them immediately. You feel like watching YouTube? Click. You feel like eating chips? Grab the bag. But what if you didn't? What if you noticed the urge, named it, and just let it be? Thibaut encourages urge surfing, a mindfulness technique where you ride the wave of desire without getting pulled under. Because urges rise, and they also fall. Every time you resist, you strengthen your inner discipline. Every time you pause, you reclaim a little more control. And here's the thing. Every detox reveals the cravings that control you. For some, it's their phone. For others, it's sugar. For many, it's noise. But once you see the hold these things have, you can break free. Thibaut doesn't just tell you to quit cold turkey. He guides you through the process. Start with one day. Plan it. Prepare. Remove temptations. Tell people. And then surrender. Let the silence be awkward. Let the boredom be heavy. Let the cravings scream. And let them pass. Because on the other side is something rare. Peace. Space. Awareness. You may journal insights you didn't know were inside you. You may cry. You may laugh. That's your nervous system recalibrating. That's your mind detoxing. Now, let's be honest. The first detox won't be easy. You'll reach for your phone 50 times. You'll fidget. You'll feel like something's missing. That's okay. That's proof it's working. You're breaking the loop. And every loop broken is a new freedom earned. One powerful image Thibaut offers is of a seesaw. On one side, instant gratification. On the other, long-term fulfillment. Every time you choose the quick hit, the seesaw tips further into chaos. But every time you pause, reflect, breathe, journal, or just sit, you add weight to the other side. You train your brain to find meaning in the moment, not in the next notification. And over time, you find that you actually enjoy slower things. Reading becomes delightful. Deep work becomes absorbing. Silence becomes golden. And your mind, once scattered and hungry, becomes clear, still, and satisfied. There's also an identity shift at play. When you detox, you're not just changing behavior, you're becoming someone different, someone who doesn't need to escape every 2 minutes, someone who can sit with themselves, someone who leads rather than reacts. The ripple effects are massive. Relationships improve because you're actually present. Work improves because you can focus deeply. Confidence grows because you're no longer ruled by impulse. You go from being a dopamine puppet to a conscious creator of your life. But don't expect perfection. The detox is a practice, not a one-time fix. Life will always tempt you back into the loop. What matters is that you now have the awareness. You know how to step away. You know how to reset. And that power is priceless. Thibaut suggests building regular detoxes into your routine. Maybe Sundays are screen-free. Maybe mornings begin without tech. Maybe every quarter you take a full weekend offline. These rituals create sacred space. Space to think, dream, feel, and simply be. And the best part? The more you detox, the less you need to. Your baseline resets. You stop chasing highs and start loving normal. A walk becomes enough. A conversation becomes fulfilling. A quiet evening becomes your favorite part of the week. We live in a world that profits from your distraction. But your mind, your focus, your time, they are yours. And if you're willing to sit in silence, resist the urge, and embrace the boredom, you'll rediscover the joy of being fully alive. Dopamine detox isn't about giving things up. It's about taking your life back.